What's happening, guys? So it's not a game room tour, soz. I wasn't bullshitting. In actual fact, this stuff here, I wasn't even honestly. Some of the stuff I'm like, wow, fucking hell. I've been piling stuff up on my table here. Behind here is my work setup where I work from home. Turned around one day, I was like, oh my god, I've actually got loads of stuff. Like, I need to get it on the shelf. And obviously, get it on the shelf, you've got to get it all back out again. I kind of used to do that, and I used to know what I had to show. But then as time's gone on, like I used to write it down sometimes as well, and I can't be asked to do that now. Get more lazy and stuff. Um, so yeah, I thought, right, I need to get this video done because I'm trying to tidy up. In actual fact, I'm trying to tidy up to do my room tour video and get some stuff sorted out. I was making really good headway with sorting loads of stuff out, and I've sorted out very large portions of my room. But then I've just accumulated a couple of more items, or items where I've just kind of put it down and thought, yeah, I'll do something with it later, and I haven't. I don't want to do that again because that's what got me in the mess in the first place. Um, can I help you? What? Um, so yeah, I thought, right, okay, I need to get this video done to show things, and then more than likely the next video will be the room tour within the next sort of like few weeks to a month. There's a few more bits and pieces that I need to sort out. I've been slowly getting there, but because of other arrangements and things I've been doing, I've just not had the time. Just not had the time. So yeah, well, I've obviously, just like always, I've got gaming, non-gaming, but I've got a lot of gaming related stuff to show today. Partially because I went to Wolverhampton yesterday to retro revival, whatever it's called. I just kept on calling it revival. Met a lot of geezers, there. Um, some of them met before, some of them I haven't. Some I'll probably sadly never meet again because they live absolutely fucking miles away. But they've made the effort to come down, like Gordon, for example, Gib84. Um, Met Eddie a million times now. I'm bored of seeing him. They're not really. Obviously, yeah, my main man Eddie. So Fob was there, Tutti was there, Dana was there, Russ was there. Never met Russ before. A pleasure to meet Russ and his wife. Had a very nice chat with them. And who else did I meet? Big Mike, Jamesy boy, Time Warp James, whatever the fuck he calls himself now. um, Pedro, Pete on a retro tip, he was there, who I actually referred to as Pete Fighter. Some of you are like, what the fuck? Basically, Eddie introduced me to him. Says, oh, this is Pete, as if like I'd know who he was. I was like, oh, hi, Pete. And I was like, I do vaguely recognise him, but I kind of don't. And I was like, oh, who I am? And he goes, you know Pete, don't you? And I was like, Pete Fighter? And it wasn't. It was on a retro tip. So yeah, I had a decent couple of conversations with him. He's a cool guy as well. A lot of you guys who are watching this video will probably know who he is anyway, and probably already chatted to him and stuff. Um, I'm going to end up leaving some people out, especially from people that I've actually had proper conversations with and fucking offend them now as well. Who else did I meet? I don't know, but I do what Tootie does. He'll reel off people and he'll say like, "I'm not offending anybody by leaving you out," type of thing. I'm quite tired right now because it's Sunday night, and I slept really broken last night as well. I'll try and think when I'm going through the stuff, but anyway, we'll crack on with the video. Um, so quite excited about some of this shit, to be fair. So what we'll do is I'll talk first of all about I live in a village, and when I walk around the village sometimes there's a woman who has a proper nice front lawn. It's always pristine. The house is immaculate on the outside, and sometimes when I walk my dog and I go through this certain area, like the posh area, whatever you want to say, she's she's always sorted something out. There's always like a blanket of some sort, like every so often, not always, but like maybe every few days, and especially if it's nice weather, she'll put stuff out. So it could be kitchen utensils, like stuff to bake with. It could be clothes. It could be pottery. just so many things, and they're always really nice, and it's always free. It's just like, please take, or whatever. And I picked up a couple of items here and there from there, and it's quite a popular thing. Like, people, I see people walking down to go specifically to there. And basically, she left that blanket. And if I've got the photo still, I don't know if I have, I'll put it here. But she put out a photo, and as soon as I was like, oh my god, I can see games. I know there's games there. There was some Xbox games. One was FIFA, one was Medal of Honor. I've given Medal of Honor away already. I didn't take FIFA, not even for the spare box, because I don't collect Xbox. So it would just be here for no reason, and I'd be trying to give it away to people all the time. I don't need it for myself. If it was like PS2 and stuff, it's a bit different. But I don't collect, so I didn't bother. But one thing I was really excited that she had was this. And if some of you may be like, what the fuck is that? So this is from like the early 90s, like we're talking like 91, 92 type era. And it is a dairy milk dispenser, and it was released at Christmas time. And it's meant to be like a chimney and a fireplace sort of thing. And you put the little flat chocolates of dairy milk in the top here. You put 10p, it says 10p right there. You put 10 pence piece in here, and it comes out. It's basically like a little money box type thing. And I had one as a kid, and it was shared on Facebook a couple of years ago. It was like one of those do you remember, or like memory unlocked type things. And I was like, oh my god, I remember that we used to have those. Like, me and my siblings, like we had those, one each type thing. Oh, I'd love to have one of those again. And I do. So, and this was free. So I'm really happy about that. I don't know where I'm going to put it though. Obviously you'll see it around my room tour when that comes. And then, of all the games, because I just mentioned Xbox, I've got fucking PSP games. So SSX on Tour, which I don't have with the manual. Burnout Dominator, that I don't have with the manual. And Driver 76 with the manual, but I already have it. But again, it was free. So I was like, oh my god. So it's like such an odd, not an odd console, but like usually you get the Xbox or the Xbox 360 or like the PS2 at a stretch PS3. But yeah, I was pleasantly surprised, and I don't have two of the three games, which made me even happier. I love it when I don't have the games already. Now, I also went to a car boot with Max, which starts at 1:30 in the afternoon every Sunday, which I had no idea about, and it's very local to me. It's literally 10 minutes drive, 15 at a push, 10 minutes drive away, and I had no idea. I didn't go to it today because I was knackered. I was absolutely knackered, even for the afternoon, and I just thought, I can't even be bothered. I've bought too much shit. I've got too much shit to put away and sort out and everything else. I'm trying to keep my tact at a minimum because I have a lot of stuff, as pretty much all of you do, but I have varied hobbies, and I just don't want to try and overwhelm myself again. So, having said that, I bought more shit, and I bought some games. Now, I did, after I just said I don't collect Xbox, I did buy these games because there was PS3 games there, and they were all 50p each from this woman. And she was like, oh, all Blu-rays and DVDs are 50p each. I was like, oh. I was like, what about these? And I held up the games, and she went, yeah, 50p each. I was like, okay. So I was like, I didn't question it. I just thought, fuck it, I'll take them. Now, I've got Skates on the PS3, which I don't already own. Dark Sector, which I don't already own. The only two PS3 games that were there, and I don't own them, so I was happy about that. And they're in good condition as well. They have the manuals. Fallout New Vegas, which I know is quite a popular Fallout, and also Cold Fear, which I have on the PS2, and I don't know. I mean, if any of you lot want it sort of thing, just let me know. And obviously, I've got no qualms with sending it over to you. I don't even know how much they're worth type thing at the moment. I've not properly looked. But yeah, I was quite happy to pick up 4 games for 50p each in this modern day era as well. Also from the car boot, I got this, which is a Warhammer book. It's from some old bloke. It's £1 for this book. He didn't have any other Warhammer stuff apart from this one book. And I remember this book, and it's from like 1994, 95, 96 type era, I think. I don't know. 1996. And that's around the time that I used to collect Warhammer. I didn't play it or anything. I just like to paint models. I was shit at it though. I didn't know what I was doing. It was expensive as well, so I grew out of it real quick. What else have we got? I went to my best mate, who lives in Leeds. No, not really. He lives next to Leeds. He always, because he goes Mardy, and he says, "Oh, you say my best mate from Leeds." I'm like, I don't live in Leeds though, do I? He lives like next to Leeds, but he is from Leeds. So if you're watching it, Jim, go fuck yourself. You're just my best mate from Leeds. Don't matter, does it? But I was in Morrison's, and there was a table with like books and stuff, like charity. And there was this magazine and one other random magazine, not a gaming magazine. And I didn't have any change. So I took it, and he was like, "You fucking robbed that because you didn't donate." So I didn't donate. But I did take this. It's from 2009, Christmas 2009. And there's a couple of, if it makes you feel any better, there is a couple of holes because like a couple of things have been cut out for whatever reason. I don't know why, but I was like, it's free. It's got a cool front cover. Blah 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 blah. It's gaming related. So yeah, I was happy with that. I felt like a kid again because I was in the back of his car. His girlfriend was driving, and I was reading this magazine, and he was like, "Oh, look, a fucking child." I was like, "Yeah, I am, yeah." So Max and I went shopping a few weeks ago in Derby. I went in CEX and I bought this. It is the latest Turtles animated film on Blu-ray, and it's got the slipcover and everything. So I'm happy to get that because I wanted to watch it again. I love Turtles, and I really liked this film as well. I just realised there is something, but it's hung up, and I'm not getting it. It is a so before I got one of I got Raphael, I got Raph, the Turtles figure, and when I went to Leeds, I got Michelangelo. So I have my two favourites. I like them all. I don't know. I might get all four. I don't know, but it's doubtful. I just liked those two. And I like the fact they have the little kind of like aliases. So like the Mardy one, or the angry one, whatever you call him, the angry one, the funny one, and whatever. And then that's the ones that I've got. So in Derby, I got this as well it's called the Entertainer toy shop, and it is Stranger Things and Turtles. It's on a bit of a Turtles hype, and I believe it takes place in the Stranger Things universe as opposed to the Turtles universe, but it's quite dark. But I've not read it yet, so I don't know. I can't give comment on it at the moment. I was going to get the Last Ronin, but I held off. I think because it was a bit more expensive from there. I'm not too sure. I can't remember why. On eBay, a book that I was watching, which was this, ended up dropping in price by 50%. It was like 20 odd pound, and it dropped down to £10. So I immediately went on. It was World of Books, I think it was, and I got Maya Angelou. I Know Why Cage Bird Sings, or The Cage Bird Sings. Yeah, The Cage Bird Sings. It's one of those books that you must read before you die, type thing. And I've been reading those types of books, and I'm reading 1984 at the moment. I've never read it before, and I'm halfway through it. And this was one book I wanted to read as well. So I like all the kind of like oppression type books to do with like feminism and anything of this kind of ilk, we'll say. I'll keep it simple like that, as to not kind of dig myself a hole kind of thing, but anything from like the 50s and 60s type of era, like To Kill a Mockingbird, things like that. So so I was happy to get that. That ended up costing me only like £2 because it was like 2 for 20, buy two get 20% off or something like that, off the second book or something. This is all right. I was a bit disappointed with it, in fairness. It's from both of the films, but I thought there'd be like more concept sketches. But it's almost like a bit more of a cash grab. Um, I don't really know how to describe it. There's some good stuff in there. There is some good stuff, but I wanted a bit more of like the behind the scenes type style, um, from like an art point of view. Um, but yeah, I'd been annoyed if I'd paid £20 on it. Let's put it that way. Let's put it down there. So the last, there's only one more item that is not gaming related, and then the rest is gaming related. It's from Wolverhampton, that is as well, by the way. So this is not from Wolverhampton. This was from eBay. Now, this is strictly limited. It's all complete and everything. This is actually what's playing now. It's cotton 100%, and I can't even remember why I came across it. I think I was looking for something else, and it came up, and I was like, "Oh, this was quite cool." Now it was like £50, or was it either 50 or 60? I can't remember, but I know that the guy immediately made me an offer when I was watching the item within a day, and I didn't bite on it because I was like, I'm not desperate for it, and also it was like at least a week away from payday, and I was like, can't really justify it. So I ended up sitting on it for about a month, and then I made him an offer, and he was going backwards and forwards because he dropped it by £10 on the listing, and I made him an offer. Oh yeah, he was 60 and he dropped it to 50, and I made him an offer of 40, and I thought, fuck it, I'll see what he says. And I said, if you accept my offer, can I please come and collect it from you? Because he's 10 minutes drive from me. I live in a village and he was in the next village over. I was like, can I come and collect it from you? And he never responded. He accepted my offer, and then I messaged him the next day and was like, oh, eBay's told me that I've paid for this, so where's the reply to my message type thing? And he was like, oh, I didn't see your message. You didn't message me, um, and I've already printed the label. It's no bother. Like, it's not about it being a bother. Like, it's a weekend now, Saturday. The weekend, I could come and get it today, and now I've got to wait for you to post it, and I've got to pay for the privilege of waiting longer. I didn't even get it until the Thursday. I had to wait like a whole week near enough, and I had to pay for that privilege. And the guy just wasn't understanding me. Like, but he's like, oh, but I've already printed it. It's no big deal. It's like, well, it is. So I was quite annoyed by that. But it cost me like £42, £43, something like that, with the postage. I think it was 43.50. So I don't know. It is what it is, but it still pissed me off because I could have just gone and got it for like half the price of that with my petrol. Anyway, right, move out of the way. Go, quick. Right, so Wolverhampton, which is what we're finally on now. Oh no, maybe not. One last thing, gaming related, that I bought from Derby is a poster, and it is the Super Mario Brothers 3 cover for the NES game. It's A1. I don't know what is poster size. Is it A1? I think it's A1. Yeah. For £4. So I was happy with that. And I thought, yeah, I quite like that cover actually. It looks really cool when it's big. So I don't quite know exactly where I'm going to put it. I need to change a couple of bits around on my wall, and that's the dilemma I'm having with my game room tour and everything, because I want to change a couple of bits around. But this needs to go on the wall. So yes, Wolverhampton. Like I said before, met a lot of guys, met a lot of people that I've never met before, and everyone was just like super duper friendly. I was really happy to see people that I've already seen before. You know, like I met Fob, I met Tuti, I met Dana. You know, because they usually are stalling out type thing at an event. But yeah, you know, people like Russ and a couple of other people that I've heard of, um, like as in people that will stall out, or shops and stuff like local, reasonably local, like Sawtham's Gaming and stuff like that. Oh shit, I wonder what that was then. But no, it was a great day. I mean, I only played on one game while I was there, which was a pinball machine, and that was the Adams Family. So I love that game. I was patiently waiting for somebody to finish. But yeah, it was with I went down and met Liam and Ben Foxbox Gaming, and kind of went in with them and was walking around with them to begin with. But then naturally, there's so many people for you to talk to, um, and also the stuff for you to buy as well is like, it was verging on overwhelming. I think it was a really decent, ample amount of stuff, because there's nothing more disheartening than going to an event and it's like, I don't know, let's say 10 stalls and only like 4 stalls, 5 stalls maybe are selling games. It's been like, oh, like it's a bit underwhelming. But no, it was a great day, and I'm so glad that I went and met the people that I met. It was fantastic. So it would be easier to say who wasn't there rather than who was there. Um, I can think of a few people, but I don't want to like point them out because it's not very fair. But hope to go back next year if it's on, and then meet those people again. More people if they're going to go and stuff. So yeah. Anyway, I'll stop blabbering on. Being a big girl's blouse, but the only non-gaming related thing that was there that I bought was some Judge Dredd comics. Now, I walked past the stall, and the top comic was one I used to have. I only had like 4 or 5 when I was a kid. So all of a sudden I had a rush of nostalgia, and I used to love the ones I had. And I was like, oh my God. So I sat down and flicked through this guy's stall for like 20 odd minutes, went through every single issue, and there was only one that I used to have, and that was it. But I bought 5 in the end. I'll very quickly show you the covers, just in case you're interested. And I did judge a book by its cover, so I thought if the cover's cool, I'm going to quickly flick through it. And some of them, the covers were cool, and the insides weren't particularly great. But I was looking at them from like an artistic perspective of whether I'm either going to put them on the wall, or I'm just going to use them for like art inspiration. And the guy sold me 5 for £3. But yeah, I was really happy when I saw them. It was a nice little change, and they're all old ones as well. So this is the one that I used to have, and it's from February 1993. 60p every week, God. And then the pièce de résistance was this. When I first walked in, Fob was there, and he was selling these. Now you probably recognise these because I think pretty much all of us that know Fob has got one of these from him. And I've never seen the Robocop one that he had before. I've seen like the Asteroids and Galactica and Galactus and stuff like that. Galactus? Gallagher. Fucking hell. It's because I've been playing Marvel Snap. Galactus. And yeah, I love Robocop anyway. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to get that. It's really cool. I really like that. So yeah, it cost me £15. So I was more than happy to pay that because I think it's a decent price. I'm fine with that. And then I went round the corner, and after telling Liam, who pointed out a Japanese Mega Drive game. Oh no, sorry. I pointed out one to him, and he said, "Oh yeah, why didn't you get it? You collect them, sort of thing." I was like, "No, I don't collect them. I collect Japanese Saturn. I won't collect Mega Drive. I've got enough with the stuff that I buy." And then I went around the corner, and then Tutti was literally selling this, which is a Japanese Mega Drive, and the price he was selling it for, and the fact that, so how the story went is that I was like, I thought that's quite a decent price actually, and I says, oh, is this done then? Is it? And what I meant by that was, like, because I know that certain consoles need to be modded and things, and I thought this needed to be modded. I mean, what do you mean? And I was like, well, it needs to be like sorted, doesn't it? Like, and I couldn't think of the word, and I think I said chipped or whatever, and I was like, oh, does it not need anything doing to it? And he went, no. And he said, oh, it's Asian, pal. The way that he said it, I thought he meant it's Asian, comma, pal. Like, and I was like, yeah. And he was like, and obviously I looked like a bit of a fucking, like an idiot when I was saying it. I mean, I was a bit like, I wasn't quite with it when I was saying it to him. There's a lot going on. and I wanted to buy it. And also, this guy was kind of like making me nervous because this other guy was looking at it as well, and I was a bit like, ooh. And I said, so I don't know, like, do I not need to do anything with it? Like, you know, is it fine with my TV and whatever else? Like, because obviously 50 hertz and 60 hertz and all that sort of stuff. And he was like, yeah, he goes, we're 50, because it'll work. It's an Asian PAL console. I was like, oh, I thought you said Asian PAL. And he was like, yeah. And I was like, no, no. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So I look like a, a fucking idiot to Tootie at that point. Luckily, I met him before and he knows me. But yeah, he sold this to me. An Asian PAL Mega Drive, and with the cables, and I was more than happy. The condition is not 100% perfect, but it's quite close, to be fair. It's pretty much the same condition as my Mega Drive, and that's not been massively well looked after over the years. It's got a few dings here and there, but it's absolutely fine. So yeah, a couple of minor scratches. And that's about it, which was why I was more than willing to like, yeah, cool. So I had that off him, a Japanese Mega Drive, and from Dana, I had Hellfire. So this is complete. It has got the manual, a very nice manual. The only thing is that the cartridge itself has been it's been tampered with, and I know I didn't realise that until today. Actually, somebody's done it obviously to put in a normal Mega Drive. They've modded their Mega Drive, which I was like, oh, I wasn't too sad about because he did me a good deal. I mean, he sorted me out. Dana sorted me out. Again, I'll put pictures and stuff of like those guys, but obviously you'll all know who they are and stuff anyway. But all I need to do is just buy a cheapo Mega Drive cartridge and just swap out the back. So I'm fine with doing that. But now I'm on the fucking Japanese Mega Drive hype, basically. So I need to get some, just like with my Saturn though, I'm not going to be just getting stuff just because it's on the Japanese Mega Drive. I'll be wanting to try and get it that's something that's better suited for the Japanese Mega Drive, and also something that's like an exclusive, something like that. So yeah, so that's all I've got. Quite a few decent items this time around, but yeah, again, I'm going to try and do the next video as a room tour, because I didn't plan on getting any items really. But yeah, there we go. So had a great day at Revival. Met some really cool people. Pretty much everybody was how I expected them to be as well. Their online personas. I like that. You know, there's no, oh, I act like a really nice guy, but I'm actually a dick in real life type thing. There was none of that at all. Like everyone was just like, I've spoken to you before. How's it going? And picked up where we left off. And they're just like, oh yeah, I've heard of you. Oh yeah, I've seen your videos, but I've never actually like really spoken to you. And then still like actually made the effort to make proper conversation rather than just like it only being about gaming or so how was your drive down or some shit like that. It was like everybody was making an effort with one another. It was great. So yeah, so hopefully I've got another fucking space to make now for this, and I can impress you massively with my gaming. Not really, but it's all right. I mean, I've got some more items in it that you know that it's better than the last time when I showed my video. What was it, 2021 maybe? I don't know when it was. But anyway, here we go. I'm just rambling now at this point. So yeah, I'm gonna go and play this a little bit more because I only played it for about an hour the other day. So yeah, thanks very much and see you in a bit.